Hey guys, here's a 1975 Chevrolet C-10 truck. I'm sure most of y'all have seen this truck on Primer's Best channel. Tim Dixon bought this truck. It had been sitting a long time. Somebody has spent some money on this truck at some point or another. You can tell it's got what looks like fairly fresh paint. They've got their own trim on it. Of course, that's 81 up trim, but I've seen that a lot on these trucks. It's a whole lot less expensive and a whole lot easier to throw that on there, and it looks just fine. I've got no issue with that. I think it looks really good. It fits the truck. Truck has a cowl hood on it, billet grill. I've never been real crazy about the billet grills, but it sort of works with this truck and the cowl hood. It's got bumper guards. Really a nice truck. It's super solid. Again, like I said, somebody's put a lot of time in this truck at one point or another. Now, I'm fixing to clean the truck up. Somebody's dyed these door panels. You can kind of see here where it's flaking off a little bit. So, but that's no big deal. As most of y'all know, Tim's wife does upholstery. She's really good at it. So if this truck don't piss Tim off in the near future, maybe it'll get a little bit of attention from her, but you never know. Tim's kind of like me. Once one of them kind of aggravates you enough, and it's typically as soon as you get it to where it needs to be, you're just kind of disgusted with it and tired of working on it and ready to pass it on to the next guy, and it's usually their gain and your loss. But again, I understand it completely. You can tell the tailgate trim's not correct for the truck. Just a lot of things, but again, somebody fixed this truck and they fixed it the way they liked it. And I like it a lot. I think it's a sharp little truck. I'd be proud to own it. But anyway, again, we got to put a motor and transmission in it. It's missing a lot of stuff. I don't know what all. This all came out of the bed. I just sort of laid it out because I'm going to spray the bed out. There's a little mismatch of bolts. And here's the rear center caps. There's a whole lot of rear brake hardware in that bucket, and it's missing the center caps. So I don't know why they've had the back wheels off. I don't know why they didn't go ahead and put the center caps on it. Who knows? It's making some noise when I'm rolling it, so it may not have any of the rear brakes on it. But the brakes are up. The front brakes are working. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what they've got. I'll have to get it in there and get it on the lift, get the wheels off of it. I know the shocks are hanging down. You can kind of see those hanging down there. I don't know why that is. Who knows? Again, I don't know any of the backstory on this truck. The only thing I really know, the truck was supposedly running and driving. They pulled the motor out to put a 383 in it. I don't know what that film is on my camera. Sorry about that. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, so again, I'm just going to start out with a quick wash job and get it cleaned up. I got to clean the motor up. It's sitting back there on the concrete. You can see I poured some transmission fluid out over here. Got to get that cleaned up, get the truck back in the garage, get the motor painted, and we're going to go ahead and put intake gaskets on it. They've got some silicone kind of caked up on the back side of the intake, which usually means it's leaking oil back there. But the story Tim got was that the oil line cracked, the copper oil line, and they didn't know, and they just kept caking silicone up on it, which is possible, very possible. It's supposed to be a low mile motor out of another C-10 truck that got LS swapped. So we're just going to take all these parts, put them together, and hopefully we end up with a good running and driving truck. So let me get it cleaned up and I'll get right back with you. Hey guys, got the 75 C-10 cleaned up. It started pouring rain, so I pushed the motor and I just crammed everything back in the garage. Looks like the rain's going to quit, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can. Cool old truck. I kind of walked y'all around it earlier. A couple more things I've noticed. It's got 80 model doors, 80s model doors. Got an 80s model GMC bed. Reason I say GMC, a lot of y'all probably know, the emblem holes are on the left side of the bed. I'm pretty sure the Chevrolet was on the right. It could be vice versa. I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct, the GMC was on the left side, and you can see where the holes were. Anyway, you've got a dual tank bed. This truck's only a single tank truck. It's on the passenger side, which I believe is correct for the 75. You can see the 80s model doors, got power windows. You can tell by the interior, the wheels, the cowl hood, the billet grill. You can tell this truck's been fixed for a while. So they probably used what they could find, guys. There a lot of these pieces of trim and stuff, you know, up until here recently, you couldn't buy that. You either had to find it and fix it yourself, or you know, try to find new old stock stuff, which has always been kind of high. But who knows? Maybe they just like the look of that better. I like it myself. I don't see anything wrong with it. This truck lowered down, of course, let's get rid of those center lines. Billet specialties, torque thrust, whatever. Throw you some wheels on it, get it lowered. It's gonna make a world of difference. Now you can see I hand washed it. A lot of grime left in the paint. That's just stuff that's got embedded in that clear coat where it's been setting. Now you can see this side where I've buffed it. Made a world of difference. Now this was with some old pads, and this is just the 3M perfected polish. 1, 2, 3, I didn't sand the truck. Of course, you know, we've got orange peel, so we should be good on sanding. You'll notice a lot of your new cars have got orange peel in them from the factory. And I've heard that's an insurance thing, but you can tell just the polish made a world of difference in it. This is what it all looked like before. So, Tim's giving me the green light. We're going to sand the truck. Oh, goodness, I about tripped over that transmission. We're going to sand the truck and polish it. Again, I believe it's going to make a world of difference. I got to get Tim a list together of parts to order that we need. He actually just texted me wanting a spark plug number. So, anyway, I've got to get that list together for him. I got to get this motor cleaned up, get the truck pushed on back, get the motor in here so I can get it took apart and painted. And just go from there. I'm hoping to get this truck back on the road pretty quick. I was waiting on a Jeep to show up this weekend. Never heard from the guy. Of course, it's Mother's Day weekend, so he's probably got busy. I went ahead and told Tim just to bring this thing, and hopefully we can get it knocked out pretty quick, get it back on the road doing its thing, and we'll go from there. Like I said, I will try to do a video of me buffing to kind of show y'all what I do. I'm not a professional paint and body guy, trust me. I'd be more than glad to share with you how I do it. But again, just remember it's entertainment purposes only. It's not an instructional video. If you want some instruction, go check out some of these professional guys. They've got their own videos. They can show you a lot better than I can. This is kind of cool. You can see that piece of 3M tape. This thing probably had those old black headlight covers on it at one time. So you can just tell this old truck has been fixed for a long time, and it's held together well, I believe. I think whoever painted it done a pretty jam up job. I don't know exactly when it was fixed, but I would say maybe late 90s, early 2000s. Again, just judging by some of the pieces that are on it, the billet grill, the cowl hood, the center line wheels. Pretty cool old truck, guys. Anyway, I'll quit rambling. Again, hopefully I can do some videos getting the motor and transmission in it, getting it buffed, and maybe we can take it down the road here soon. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you later.